Hey Starbounders, it is JPT back with King Caraway. I think it's time. That's right. I think it's time to get rid of this stuff. Nah, I'm just joking. We're just going to put this in here. I hope it would be kind of nice if it deleted stuff like this one, but it's just a storage container. Do we dare wear the neck ruffle jacket? I want to get rid of this stuff because it's kind of smoky. Because today we start our adventures in Colony Deeds in the Tenets. So I chose a planet that's moderate, and I know that's going to affect how much money I get. Yeah, basically Tenets, from what I understand, on higher level planets pay more pixels for rent. And so like on extreme planets, you have the possibility of getting, let's say, like 350 compared to this moderate, which is like 200. I'm okay with that. So we chose this arid landscape, although I have this one marked as like solid choice. I'm not 100% about that. And I know at some point I need to go back to this USCM penal colony because I want to be able to get toilets for everybody. It's a weird choice, but someone's got to do it. Yeah, that's right. Someone's got to do it. And I also need to find like an ape village because a lot of this stuff that I am going to build is going to be brick based, and it'll be easier to basically destroy one of their buildings. Or I could just go find clay and make bricks. But again, I kind of wanted to take off that nightmare midnight stuff and get that figured out. So let me show you where we're going to build. And I'm not going to lie, probably going to go watch me some football and build off camera a little bit because I have to figure out. I think this is actually where we're going to build. I'm going to flatten this out a little bit. I've kind of got stuff I want to play with a little bit. I think I want to put this steam clock in a lobby. So the basic premise, and it might actually work better if I zoom out. So this will be our building, and it's going to be an apartment building. It's going to be the first one. So it's going to be kind of here in the Sierra Plains. I don't know. We'll doll this up, make it nice. But of course, this is where I come in at. And then it'll probably be, you know, definitely way taller than this tree. It'll go up, and I got to figure out sort of the lobby area is going to be 2 height equivalent of what each level is. So it might, you know, the normal floor might be like here. So then the lobby would be like real big, like up here. We're going to have an elevator that goes up through not necessarily the middle. I guess it could go up through the sides. We might have 2 elevators. That'd be nice. So almost basically where these trees are will be where the elevators are. And then this will kind of be the steam clock face will be the focal feature. And maybe set up like a little coffee lobby area with some mailboxes even. I'm not sure. But I'm going to fill all of this area in with dirt and make it all sort of flat. So as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and switch out that cobblestone, which drives me crazy because let me show you something. So I dug out that for dirt, but I dug out, where is it? We'll get there shortly. So I dug this out thinking that it would be a really cool brick. Watch. It's just regular cobblestone. I was none too happy to learn that. That fate. Ah. Those are never any good. But, desert. I don't know why. I just thought desert. Oh, gosh. No luck. But I think this is essentially the foundation. So from about where this, from about where this starts to this starts will be that. Elevators will roughly be here. Of course, everything will be symmetrical and even. And then as we go up, I'm thinking 2 tenants per level. Maybe 3, depending on how we build it. Because if these are our elevators, yeah, see, now I got to think about that. Maybe just 1 elevator down the middle. Although I really like the idea of, I love this. This is nice. I do love the fact having that clock face would sure be nice. Maybe we need to make it wider than that because I really like the distance between these. So maybe having a tenant in the middle, and then so essentially being like this big, and then those apartments. So that way we could potentially have like a bathroom, a bedroom, in just a regular living area. See, these are the things I have to figure out. And I know, like, depending on which people show up, you have to have specific things for them to show up. So it's a learning process. So just bear with me. I'm going to learn probably a ton from now until you see whatever I've got for you next, which honestly I can't tell you. We might just come back and I'll be like, I don't know, this is too confusing or it's too hard. I've never messed with it before, but we're on an adventure, and that's what Starbound is all about. And I guess I'm going to go do some stuff. Stay tuned. All right, we are back. It's been about not quite 24 hours. Been a little bit busy. Actually had a water leak in our apartment. Apparently our waste pipe from upstairs got a big old crack in it, so they had to come this morning and replace it, which was not ideal recording situations. And just had to make sure that the guys were doing what they needed to do, that they needed what they needed from me. But as you can see, we got ourselves a little bit of an apartment building, and we're all zoomed out. So this is actually the view that I've been using to do my thing around here. Got ourselves our foundation, which I'll probably make 3 thick now that I think about it, because whenever I originally just had concrete, so this is concrete and then this is wood, because I wanted wood floors throughout the lobby and sort of the elevator hallways. Also had to spend quite a bit of time figuring out these 5 wide elevators. They need background, so let me go ahead and get this. These are the mechanical ones, which I think are infinitely cooler. But as you can see here, these are the long ones. The short ones are not as long. If I'm not mistaken, the short ones are 13. This is the short one. So technically, I could go and put that one there, but then I need to do another one. So I had to kind of figure this out. So like this pattern, essentially, on how you go back and forth. So you'll be able to use one every other floor. So from here on, like here on out, this is actually, this here is going to mimic up here, but then this here is going to mimic here, because we're going to have to use that. So it's like every other, it's kind of weird. Plus things are spawning in here, which I think is hilarious. So I have to every now and then go in there. But this essentially will allow us growth. So as of right now, of course, there's one level here, 2, 3. So I think we have 4. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 levels, 2 apartments per level. So 8 tenants potentially. And we're probably not going to get to installing stuff and putting the things in for people to show up. But I just want to kind of give you a general idea of what I'm doing, just so you can kind of follow along. So realized pretty quickly that we're going to need a basement, and this is pretty much the easiest way I think we can do that, is have it so that you just drop down, and then essentially from there, I can't install this, which kind of sucks because it's not centered. It's like this is 6 wide and this is 5 wide. So if I had done this correctly, then I would have gone 6 spaces, then done the other one. But I'm basically doing 5, 5. Like it's 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So it's like 15 times 5, or 5 times 5. It's like 20. So this is 25 wide essentially, and I think each room is 29 wide. So I started over here, figured out the width of the rooms that I wanted, figured this part out, and then I just mirrored this side. And as you can see, first level, the foundation of the second floor, or this would be lobby, this would be first floor, I know, a little confusing, is resting on that. Just go ahead and reinstall this long elevator. And as you can see, when you're ready to go, it turns blue. This thing comes and gets you. You have to jump on it sometimes. And then in order to get off, you have to kind of put this above it. It's kind of confusing. So then the second floor, as you can see, kind of rests on here. So we have this brick facade. Backgrounds aren't going to be brick, just in the elevator hallways, or just hallways, and bottom level. As you can see, it goes up like that as well. Then we've got the 4 windows there. I timed that pretty perfectly. And it's the same thing. So essentially, as we go up levels, that's what it's going to look like. We're going to put windows in. This is kind of a version of a like bathroom or even like a bedroom. I thought about maybe making like common shower area on one floor. Still a possibility. I don't know. Apartments usually don't do that, like dorms do. So maybe this is a dorm. I don't know. It could be a lot of different things. But essentially, you know, we have toilets on site that we can install. So maybe some people have toilets, maybe some people don't. Maybe we don't install anything in this room until we figure out who moved in. So like, I would imagine like humans are probably going to need it. The robots aren't going to need it. So that might be a possibility. But this is an example of sort of a 2-bedroom thing. Or we could just make it, essentially it's a studio, because usually studio apartments do have small bathrooms. At least the one I did had just a bathroom and like a fairly large closet, and everything else was open. Excuse me, kitchen included. So, I don't know. This is just kind of what we're messing with, but each floor is going to have, each hallway is likely going to have a plant and a fire extinguisher. Of course, this area may just only get the fire extinguisher. I've got enough of those. So, like, there makes sense because you're in between the elevators. I'm all about the symmetry. Can't do this. This just looks weird to me. So, some levels may not get plants, or maybe we put one here. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. But down here in the basement, we're going to install this power generator. Although this looks like it's a wind generator. So maybe it goes on the roof, which is kind of weird because we can't put anything on the roof like these roof vents until we know how tall we're going to be. So maybe we need to settle on a number and go from there. I had this aquarium, but I feel like that belongs more in like a hotel. So we may actually build a hotel as well. Got these service panels and stuff. So I don't know. We may be able to find a different power generator, because that just seems like it's more outside. But maybe not. Maybe, you know, generators have fans. So that's kind of the ideas that I'm thinking about at the moment. I can kind of show you the process. Not every room's going to have wood floors either. So again, just hallways, lobbies, things like that. So we can kind of do one of these, a walking and a talking kind of thing. And it's kind of interesting because you have to sometimes be precise, sometimes you don't. I don't know why this is still open. Oh wait, what am I picking that up for? Ay. This is what happens when I start trying to talk and do things at the same time. It's no good. It's no good. But yeah, I watched a little bit of football while I did this, I guess. Not we. You and I were not a part of this. And then eventually, again, was just kind of... I did actually a bulk majority of... I laid this all out in dirt, as you can see, and then I did a bulk majority of this morning. While they were working on that stuff downstairs, they had to cut through the wall and stuff in the utility closet. So I was like, you know what? Sounds like a perfect opportunity for me to get my Starbound on off camera and get most of this built, so you guys have a little something to see. So this is a kind of a different pace for Starbound, probably likely where we're going to be until another big update comes out, solely because, well, we've kind of adventured ourselves out during the live stream. We ran out of things to do. We did indeed. And unfortunately, that stuff is lost to the ether because, I don't know, it just seems like YouTube didn't get their act together. So I'm going to try the next time I stream via YouTube, I'm going to try and record at the same time. That way we can kind of keep track of that. I'm going to try to just record locally, and if, you know, that doesn't cause the stream to bog down or anything, at least we'll have an archive that should still be in sync, although that will tell me if it's encoding on my end, which is usually not a problem because of the fact that I use that to record Fallout. And I've never had a problem with that. So, we'll see what happens, but I'm putting concrete in for the elevator shaft, as you can see. Concrete. I had to go and get like a ton of clay for all these bricks, and I found a planet that I guess you could say specializes in clay, which is kind of nice. Although now that I see this, oh boy, I could have sworn I laid that down. Well, shoot. I guess we need to figure out if concrete is a recipe. Not in this menu. Let's go check on the ship. I certainly hope I don't have to go find a place that has concrete. And I could look it up. But actually, I'm curious just to see if it's a recipe in here. Ooh, please make concrete something that I can make out of materials. It's gonna be so annoying if I can't. Because, yeah. Boy. Found inside dungeons. Boo. Boo. So I'm gonna have to find more concrete before we can continue. Unless I have... Is that concrete? No. We could always paint concrete too, which is nice, but all my blocks are in here, and yeah, that sucks. That sucks. Well, we do have this tacky wallpaper, so again, I'm gonna have to do a lot of this is just gonna require a lot of work of me off camera because we have to find these blocks before we can really even, 74 is just not gonna cut it, and I should probably figure out exactly how many background blocks it takes to fill an entire space. I guess if we know rooms are 29, let's do some mathematics. Okay, well apparently the game does not like me going out of my window, but it's like 290 blocks, so 29 times 10, obviously 290. If I had thought about it, I could have done that mathematics in my head. But hey, it is what it is. So, again, gotta figure that stuff out. Gotta collect all this stuff off camera. If you guys have any ideas based on what you're seeing, I'm probably not going to get... This is almost going to be likely a day before or day by day situation for this thing unless I just get a ton of time on my hands. This may not stay. This is just kind of a lighting decoration I put in there. Looks like I'm going to have to go find a bunch of outposts, figure out where these construction blocks or concrete blocks are. Get these guys out of here. These are my favorite guys because the way they are on the walls. I just love them. They're kind of hilarious to me. Yeah. And then we're going to need a ton of concrete for the floors, yada, yada, yada. So we're going to have to basically go destroy someone's life. And, see, it makes me wonder if the dungeons... And that's weird, too. I usually can go off camera and type into the thing, so I'm not sure what happened. So, I don't know. I'm a little flustered, as you can tell. I'm going to continue building as much as I can. Go exploring. I think we have enough brick to be dangerous because I think I built almost 5,000 bricks. Yeah, I've definitely used almost 5,000 bricks and done that. We got a bathroom stall, stuff like that. So, I don't know, still trying to wrap my head around this. Again, if you guys have sort of ideas on what I should do, feel free to leave those in the comments. Wooden window, we should be able to build those, right? Oh boy, if I can't do wooden windows, we're going to have to just go with glass block. Because I ain't going to have to go find a ton of those either. Let's go back to the ship and look. And maybe in the next episode, we'll get one room ready and kind of lay down the colony deed to see kind of what's going on. I don't think I can make wooden windows. Oh, whew, good. Oh, you can do blinds too. That's pretty cool. Maybe we'll mess with a little bit of those too. Actually, let's just go ahead and craft 4 of those. We're going to need a butt ton of these. Cool. Go back down real quick. I wonder if I could put the blinds in front of the windows or if that is actually just a block that we mess with. Oh, got myself stuck. As you can see, I kind of took my costume off, as I mentioned. Put the nose on, though. The gag nose. Remember that? That was a fun little thing. Almost wonder if we put the blinds like that. That's not a bad idea. Kind of have a set of blinds because then we're standing kind of underneath them. Or maybe just put one. The other thing too is I'm being very faithful to how I install things. Actually, that doesn't look half bad. Having that, well, it can't be a background block, can it? If we're already going to have one there. So, I don't know. Again, things to figure out. That's up to me. You guys let me know what you think in the comments, and come back next time for some more fun here. What planet is this? It's the apartment planet. That's all I know. But I'm sure it has a name. I keep getting distracted from wrapping things up. I am curious. What is this thing called? Ah, Aquarius Order 4, otherwise known as the apartment planet. So, again, that's going to do it for me. Appreciate you guys watching as always, and until next time, this is JPG. Go play your games, and I'll be seeing you.